What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Take two. What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another. Man, I gotta fix the flag. What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the last several videos. Today we're going to actually get out in the lawn. We're not just going to talk on the back porch. And I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt in that video, but I promise you we washed it. It's clean. Not that that affects you at all, but I just hate wearing the same shirt both videos. But today we want to get out in the lawn, as I just mentioned. I want to show you just how great this lawn's looking. You get a little preview here beside me. But I do need to mention one thing. I like to tell everything here on the channel that I do for the lawn. And so I wanted to do this off camera, and I did. And made me a little nervous, but so far I think we're fine. I took the advice of you guys with the humic-coated, the Anderson's 4400 humic-coated urea, and I did it in a liquid spray. So what I did was take my 4-gallon backpack sprayer. I weighed out roughly, I think, 8 pounds, and that's a lot. I weighed it out in a 5-gallon bucket, filled up, 2 gallons, 2.5 gallons worth of water, began to dump it in and use my drill and mix it up. And at first, when I started to do the trim pass, it started to clog up, and I'm like, crap. I didn't, get down to the bottom enough. So I had to come back, use my drill again, use my drill and my paint stirrer, got way down in the bottom, stirred it up. And then after that, it seemed to flow pretty well. So I wanted to do that off camera and get used to it and get familiar with it. I didn't want to do it on camera and mess up and ruin my video possibly, or base a video off of that. So I did do a 8 pounds, which is equivalent, 8 pounds, and we did that all over the lawn. So we did roughly 0.5 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, roughly. So we put that down in a liquid form, and I did that before the rain, I believe, before the rain that came the other night. So, and we had some rain last night as I'm filming this. So anyways, I wanted to mention that. I did do another application of urea, and I'm really loving the urea, and we'll get to that in just a second. So let me turn the camera around. Let's walk. Let's go to the front yard first with those updates, and then we'll take a peek in the backyard. So, guys, I did another mow, and I used the same pattern. I actually used it. If you go back and look at the last video, I used that picture from that mow that day to be able to use that as the thumbnail. But man, I did the same mow, same double stripes, and it is looking good. We got a lot of leaves falling. We'll start off by those. Remember the holes that we did with Fusillade that we filled in? Can't even find those. It is completely somewhere right here is where they were. Triple threat has grown in, and it's totally gone. You can kind of see this one over here, and of course we got leaves falling, so this one's still, there's a hole there that needs to grow in, but otherwise the holes that we had from Fusillade is completely gone. It is looking awesome, looks pretty. Wind must have been blowing today because yeah, I don't recall so many leaves, but as you can see, the color from that urea, man, it is looking awesome. I'm really liking the humic coated urea, really enjoying it. And like I said, about 2 weeks ago I did about 5 or 6 pounds and did that, putting that down with the spreader. This time we did it with the spray, and I did it alone, just the urea. So that's kind of what we're dealing with there. Over here, I just wanted to briefly update you guys. Our ditch area is coming in nicely. As you guys can see, we've got germination, and it's popping up in every single area. We've got germination coming up now. So in all of these areas, there's no more fear of this seed not popping up. We've got little baby grass all the way down the line. So we had a little bit of natural rain this morning, and so that definitely helped it. And there may be some slow seed that still continues to pop in, but in all of these areas, baby grass is coming up. So now it's just a matter of time for this to really thicken up a little bit more and really fill in, so that continues to get, the bald spot continues to get smaller and smaller as we continue to mow and thicken this up. And then, we talked about last time, we pulled out some of the lime green, what could be Poatriv, maybe not, but all in all, you see the color just looks absolutely amazing. Jumping up here to our, you remember our rock hole that we did several videos back? It's continuing to look good. As you guys can see, that's growing in nice and I won't say, well, it is thick. It's just still growing in. It's not caught up with the mature grass yet, but it's still coming in nicely. So that's growing in. That's looking good there. So overall, as we move over here back to the driveway, you can just see the lawn is looking spectacular with the mow that we're doing and the lawn striper, having that on there. It's looking phenomenal. The color is great. The edging we're doing is looking phenomenal. The edge of the road, it's starting to grow in by the edge of the road. We know that that will die off when it gets warm next year, but for the time being in October, the stripes, man, it is looking spectacular. I mean, it's just looking really good. No signs of Poa annua yet, so that's always good. We'll keep an eye out for that in the front yard where we didn't do pre-emergent. So over here, we do have baby grass now in this area that I did, that is just to make this even with the rest of this section. I did all this with the cultivar, and we've got little baby grass coming up right here in these little areas right there. So that's nice to see that we got baby grass coming up here, so we can kind of match this spot right here. But this is looking great. And so as we come down here and walk down, all of this is pre-emergent area. This is GCI turf area. There is like a little, you kind of notice this kind of looks a little limey green. I think it's just a different type of grass. I don't think it's anything. And then you can kind of point out there's a little limey green section right there, but we'll keep an eye on that. I don't think it's anything of too much concern. But coming down the side, man, that last mow was awesome. Look how nice. It is about high noon, 12:30. So just look, when you run over those stripes a second time, it just really burns them in the lawn. And so next time, we've done one direction. This time I may go side to side. It depends, and there's more to that story, so we'll talk about that later. We'll see what mow pattern we do next time. Here's one of our areas we're working on. It looks like it's not taking grass around the outer edge, but we got grass growing in the middle, so that looks kind of weird. So we'll see what kind of becomes of this. Our urea burned area is growing in. Remember, this is a pre-emergent area, guys. We're not supposed to be able to grow grass here, but if you take the cultivar tool, like we said, you mix it up, you throw seed down, there you go. We've got germination all in this spot. It's coming in. And then this is the one of the last videos. I haven't checked to see. It would be really good if we had germination here, but nothing yet. Don't look like I see anything popping through this soil yet, but this is the area we pulled out, maybe what might have been Poa trib. So we do that's what that is, so that should fill in. So we got to be careful when we do our second application of dithiopyr around the backside, because I don't want it to kill this baby grass. I don't want to kill this baby grass, so my thought is probably just going to take a 5-gallon bucket, put it over top, spread it, and hopefully it don't seep in and mess up the seed. We'll find out. But all of this is way more important than this one little spot here. So that'll be something to come, as we need to put down that dithiopyr when we get closer to a 55-degree temperature, which should be coming up really soon. But stripe wise, man, it just blows me away. And I cut it again at 3.5 inches. That's what you're looking at here. GCI Spreader Elite. In the very back in the woods, if you're new, we've got Jonathan Green Dead Shade Mix, which is very thin, barely hanging on, and we do have some GCI Turf Type Tall Fescue mixed into all of this. But man, the backyard is it's just looking good, guys. It's just thin. Let me show you the thin areas, because it looks really good. And then if you want to see where it's not looking so good, that would be more where the Jonathan Green is. And right now you can't tell a big color difference, but you can kind of see with the leaves, it kind of covers the ground a little bit more, but you can tell it's a little thin back here, which is fine. It's on the wood line. I'm not too concerned. The kids don't play back here anymore. You can kind of see there's still grass, and the nitrogen is helping, but this should thicken up a little bit in spring. But it may just be thin back here all this upcoming spring and this upcoming 2023 season, but that'll be fine. It'll tell me the story. Okay, if it's this thin, will spring help that much, or do we need to plan on replanting back here and put a little bit of extra seed back here? I don't know. We'll find out. So it's kind of hard with the shadows to show you, but it is thin back here, and if I was to rake all this, you could really see the ground. So it is much, much thinner than if we had overseeded, for sure, but I'm anxious to see what does spring do. But otherwise, besides this general area right here, everything else, guys, I mean, this is obviously, we're looking away from, the sun. When we're looking on the road, the stripes are on fire and glowing. We're looking the opposite way now. Man, the lawn just looks tremendous. I can't be more pleased. With the color, with this urea, the humic coated urea, it just looks phenomenal. You can see some of the thinness right here by the trees, which is, it's not because of the trees, it's because we didn't overseed. We did dithiop here. So again, same situation, anxious to see what this looks like, you know, come next season in the springtime. So as we just walk up this stripe right here, here is the other area, and I'll get on the back side of this. This is the other area I was talking about, possibly poatriv. It sticks out like a sore thumb. You can kind of see it right there. You see these areas like right here. This one being the main one I was talking about. There's the downspout. So this is kind of slightly downhill, and you've got this section right here. I'm going to leave it for now, and we're going to see the other two sections we kind of cleared out. It's not like a complete eyesore, but that's what it looks like. Just to document it, let me know what your thoughts are. It kind of looks like fescue, but then again, it's a weird limey green color, and you can kind of see the surrounding areas right there. You can point it out, right? You see it on your screen. You see everything light, everything dark from the striper. Nothing looks like that. So that is the only, you know, so let me know in the comments what you think that is. If it's not poatriv, some of my lawn care vets, I know it's hard on video to tell, but man, when you're looking at this whole picture of grass and you see these little section right here, it makes me think, okay, what is that? Is it different type of grass, just needs to be pulled and replaced, or are we dealing with poatriv? Will it go away when temperatures warm up? That's why I'm leaving it there to find out. We'll see. We'll do a little test here, so we'll keep you updated on that. Otherwise, as we continue to walk, we're still, this area is not really liked. It's finally got germination, it looks like. You can kind of see this is one of the first areas we did. Ian kind of, you know, the rain came and we got germination. It kind of washed it out a little bit. I've reseeded. It kind of wants to wash it away, but we finally got germination in here, but it is slow to come up. So that's one thing we continue to watch. And then we're, you know, obviously back at the front yard. The thin areas, like right here on this right side, it's still a little thin right here. It's not perfect. It's trying to come in. You got some other weird grasses that could possibly be weeds right here. I'm not sure, but we're just letting it grow in, and we'll see what comes up and comes out of all this. So it's still a little thin here, but this grass continues to come up and grow here and thicken up as well. So there you go. There's our little mow walkthrough. We're still not 100% perfect. We're still pulling up. Remember, guys, like we said in the last video, if you're still got areas that you're like, oh, I don't like this clover, I don't like this weed, you can pull up weeds like what we did right here and throw some seed down, throw a little bit of peat moss on top and water it. And now's the time. If you got spots you're not happy with, that you know, it didn't take or it didn't come out right, just pull it up. I'm looking at this little thing right here. Look right there in the middle of the screen. It looks like that may be another area. All of a sudden, it looks like I've never had an issue with lime green stuff popping up like this. So I don't know if this is poatriv or not, but it's like, see how it's outgrowing the rest of the grass around it. As I squat down here, you can see how much this section right here is outgrowing the areas around it. That's why I don't feel like it's new grass just taking off. I feel like it's some type of poatriv or some weed. So I may have to come out here later on and pull this bad boy. It looks just like what Pete was pulling up. So I know people said be careful, you got to get everything, and it can sometimes triple, and it's a devil grass, but we'll continue to maintain and do our best. And sometimes we may just leave it there and say, hey, we're not going to get that picky about it. So I don't know. So stay tuned. But man, the lawn is looking great. The striper just really makes me smile. And so I think the lawn is looking awesome. So there is your update for, man, I don't even know now. It's been almost exactly a month. So we're right around the 30-day update of this new lawn that you can see behind me. It's coming in nice, and as we stripe it, it's looking nice, but we do still have areas of concern that I'm watching that I hope is not poatriv. It looks like there's some weeds. Now, for those that asked, you know, about triple threat is blue tag certified. There's no noxious weeds in it. There's no crop weeds in it. It is blue tag certified. It should not have come from that mix, according to the label. We did mix in Jonathan Green Solar Green. It does have 0.03, but they claim, as Jonathan Green on one of my videos claimed, that when we plant that seed, those 0.03 are choked out by the good grass, is what Jonathan Green commented on one of my videos saying. So everything is looking pretty good. We're never going to have a perfect lawn, and we're always going to have issues and concerns, but that is the update. I'm pleased. I'm very happy. It's like, man, in a month you transform your lawn from, you know, unfertilized and kind of dry and needing water to it's rich in moisture, and now it's fertilized and it's just a beautiful green color. So I couldn't be more pleased. So thank you guys for tuning in this Wednesday. I appreciate you stopping by. Remember the become a channel member if you're interested. Remember the super thanks. Remember to like the video, and I hope you guys will tune in on Friday when we have another lawn care video for you. So tune in then. Hope to see you in the comments section. God bless.